Hello again, everybody. Zagatech is here with my WWE Raw review, actually a live report, as I was at the Water Night on Monday, March 13th, 2018, from the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Raw's debut there. When you watch a bad Raw on live TV, you laugh about it and say, man, I feel bad for those people who actually paid money to see that crap. But when you are actually, in fact, one of those people that paid the money to go see a shitty wall live in person, whole different story. And I don't know how it came across on TV, and I don't know, and I don't care how it came across on TV. But if you were there live, like I was, worst wall ever. Wall fucking sucked tonight. I'm saying it. I apologize in advance for my language because I'm going all out tonight. I am not happy at all. I've been to 2 WrestleManias, a Royal Rumble, 3 SmackDowns, and this is my 4th Monday Night Wall, and I've never walked out of a WWE event the way I felt tonight. Disappointed, let down. Even like the OK shows had something to take away from, but tonight's Wall, I expected more. I expected big moments when we headed down the road to WrestleMania. No Taker, no Lesnar, no Rousey, no Cena match, no Roman match, and more importantly for me, the reason why I fucking went, Elias didn't even do shit. You know what's a bad Wall? When a tag team match is the main event. A tag team battle royal, which a monster who needs a match at Mania and can't get in the freaking main event despite the fact he's over as hell, had to destroy the entire Raw tag team division. He doesn't even have a partner. And you know what's also bad? When we have 3 women's matches tonight. Not a lot of women's matches. And it was a big women's announcement tonight for Mania. But man. And there was no match for an hour. It was just horrible. We were watching the TV all night. It was that bad, people. And look at next week. They're making all this stuff for next week. Yeah, why? Where was that tonight? Detroit is one of the best wrestling cities for WWE besides Chicago. But man, Detroit got shit tonight. They got nothing. You know what I mean? Every time I went to Wall, I've been to 4 Walls, something big's happened. You know, Jeff Hardy returned when I was at 108. 2012, Edge returned. When I went to Wall 2 years ago, Shane McMahon returned. Tonight's Wall, shit, nothing. There's nothing to take away from the night. I almost cried. It was that bad tonight. There was only one good match in the entire 3-hour show, and for the second Wall I've been to, the dog match made it got canceled again, like 2 years ago. And you may not be a fan of the characters, but I feel bad for the kids tonight who dragged their parents out to see Roman or Cena and they didn't wrestle. They were in a segment tonight. They were into this segment. There's probably a dog match main event. I'll explain that in a minute. But man, I don't know if I ever go to WWE taping again. I don't know if I ever go to any WWE live event ever. I went to an Impact show. A fucking TNA show was better than this shit tonight.
Move over.
My dad's here now.
I'm the old man. I've been doing this stuff since like 64,
He's been dragging
1964.
to all
You know
this.
what? WWE, don't come back to Detroit. You know what, WWE? We don't need your fucking garbage. You know what, WWE? People here in Detroit say, go fuck yourself. You know what? We don't need your shit no more. You know what? You don't like us. You don't respect us. You know what? You don't respect Roman Reigns. I really don't care for Roman Reigns. But you know what? He's a true competitor. And you know what, WWE? You're a bunch of fucking pussies. None of you fucking bitches wanted to wrestle tonight. Cena? I don't know. Who in the fuck's idea this was? Vince? Who the fuck?
And more than the pay-per-view.
Listen to this
SmackDown
fucking
can do a shitty show at the pay-per-view, but
Cena, you're a pussy. Strowman, you're a pussy. All you fucking little bitches that didn't want to wrestle in Detroit tonight, you're all fucking pussies. McMahon, you're a fucking dick-sucking asshole bitch.
You know what's bad when my dad's angry? My dad's took me to every major event. He's took me to everything mostly. And you know what's bad when he's mad. And by the way, he's not drunk. He's saying that right now. You know, make little comments like, "Oh, your dad's drunk." He was sober the whole time. So it was the first wall thing at the LCA. Detroit deserved better. And we didn't get nothing. If anyone said tonight's show was great, you're smoking a lot of weed. I'm sorry. It was bad. And I apologize for my dad's behavior. You know what I mean? But he's mad as much as I am. And we spent a lot of money on this. I took my friend to this. And I've been to various live events with WWE, and it's the worst I've been to. And it's going to question me going to any live event for WWE ever again. Went to, like I said, 2 indie, before my dad bought game, there was 2 indie shows I went to. I went to a fucking Impact show. A TNA show in Canada was better than this shit. BCW was better than this. XSW Detroit was better. Ring of Honor's pay-per-view in Vegas was fucking better than this shit tonight. But, enough rambling. Let's review this piece of shit. Shall we? So we got there. Our seats were phenomenal, by the way. There was only little positives that didn't mean anything in the bigger picture. Because big picture was shit. I like the arena. I've been to this arena 3 times. My first time in the lower level. And it was great. We were like right next to the Titantron. You know, we could see the entrance door to Gorilla. You know, it was good seats. You know, got a good view of the ring. Great view, great everything. Staff was great. The arena was great. Again, you know, my 3rd time going there, great. But the show itself, man, it was just intolerable. When you watch a bad wall on television, it's not as bad as being there live, like I said in the beginning of this video. So, we had 2 matches for main event. That was taped before Wall went on the air. Goldust against Kurt Hawkins. Even at the Red Wings disc, trying to make fun of his losing streak, saying, "I'm going to break my streak tonight and win more than the Red Wings." It was okay little match to open up the show. You know, it was a main event match. And the guys from 205 Live were commentating. Nigel McGuinness and the other guy. I forgot his name. Sorry, guy. I think it was Guy George or something. But, sorry, I forgot your name. But, you know, it was not a complete sellout. There were some empty seats tonight. But it was okay little opener. Goldust won, by the way.
I want to say one more thing. Was it the pussy wrestlers that didn't want to wrestle? Was it the dumb fuck writers that don't know how to fucking write? Or was it asshole Vince? Yeah. Come on, WWE Universe that went to the event tonight. That there was no cheering. There was no applause. There was no clapping. Nobody cared. Fuck your battle royal fucking... You're morons. Let me see. Is it the wrestlers, the writers, or Vince? Oh, I don't know. I say it's all of them. I say they're all fucking pussies, they're all fucking idiots, they're all fucking morons, and fuck you, Vince.
Once again, I apologize for that, but like I said, we're all just angry and disappointed by this show tonight. You know, we have this... when wrestling's good, when there's like something spectacular, it makes you want to jump up and down. It makes you proud to be a wrestling fan. But there's moments like this that makes you ashamed to be a fan. And I'm ashamed to be a fan tonight. You know, I'll probably still watch the show. I'm not going to be like, I wasn't mad by anybody's results. I wasn't mad like the one guy winning or something. It's just the show just fucking sucked tonight. It was just intolerable. So I apologize for my dad. You know what I mean? Like I said, he's not drunk. He's just as bad as I am. Probably more mad than I am. So, but after Goldust and Heath Slater, former friend, or maybe somewhat friend, Kurt Hawkins, Goldust got the final cut. Okay, a little match there. We had a cruiserweight match. Hideo Itami and Akira Tozawa, the new tag team made up by the new 205 GM. Rockstar Spud, I don't like his new name. Took on Jack Gallagher and TJP, which was Drew Gulak. No one gave a fuck about the cruiserweights. I'm sorry, man. I love the cruiserweights. 205 Live's been doing good lately. You know, I love the shows now with the new GM. I think Enzo leaving might be the best thing that ever happened to the cruiserweights. They haven't putting on good matches now. Letting them allowed to put on CWC matches on the main roster, but no one still cares about them. They're not used on the main shows. You know, they have their own little bubble. You have not seen the 205 Live guys on Raw in like a month. I'm going to try to rebuild 205 Live before maybe putting them on television again, on Raw again, but dang it. It's been doing good lately. Anyway, good little cruiserweight match. No one cared about this match, because no one watches 205 Live. But sad, because there's some good workers in there, especially finally seeing Hideo live, because I was going to NXT show 3 years ago. He was injured at the time, and now he's back, so I was going to see him there. And Akira was cool. Yeah, he got some fly moves. Yeah, it looked pretty good in there, but then Atami did some double teaming with Akira, some double teaming moves. I think it was like a drop kick in the corner, and then Tozawa did the backwards senton to get the victory for their team. So that was a okay little match as well. So let's move on to the main event. War itself. We begin with Kurt Angle talking about his match with Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania 34 with her Angle and Stephanie and Triple H. Talk about that match. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, no Rousey. They said the Rousey was going to be at every Raw before Mania. Not the case. I knew it was trouble when 2 days ago I went to the local venue website. They took her name off the advertising. I should have known this Raw was going to be like a shit show. Not only did I read that Rousey was not there tonight, I went, after seeing her name taken off the posters and off advertising on the Little Caesars Arena website, and reading on the dirt sheet that she wasn't going to be there tonight, I also read rumors about Lesnar not showing up again. And that's what happened. Lesnar did not show up again. I don't care if it's storyline-wise or whatnot. They were selling his fucking shirts tonight. He never showed up. I know they're probably playing off this whole storyline thing, but man, you advertised Lesnar. You advertised Rousey. Then you took her off. You still let Lesnar the advertising. He didn't show up. That was not good news for Roman Reigns. We got a mixed reception. I think he got a little bit more cheers. Because his promo last week was not that bad. Or 2 weeks ago was not that bad. Yeah, another good promo. Against, I know there was some what chants from us. We were chanting what a little bit. Because Roman was like, I'm not surprised that Lesnar did this again. He kind of said the same things he said 2 weeks ago. He doesn't respect me. He doesn't respect the fans. And then he's like, he's just protected because he's Vince's boy. That got a big reaction. I thought Roman was Vince's boy. So it's kind of weird that Roman's, maybe some people are like, oh, Roman's just doing this to pander to people. It may seem that way, especially he's making fun of the guy that made people think force-fed Roman to us, Vince, and saying that Vince has no respect for me because he didn't tell me. He didn't tell me anything. I saw him backstage tonight. He didn't tell me anything about Lesnar not being here until I came out and heard you say it on live television. So he got mad at Angle for not being well informed and making a little scarce poem about Lesnar. He didn't call him a bitch or anything. But then he's like, I'm not going to be disrespected by anybody. Not going to be disrespected by Lesnar not showing up again. Not disrespected by you or by Vince. So he walked backstage to gorilla position. Vince is there, and for some reason, Shane is there. Shane got involved in the Fastlane main event. By the way, Fastlane was fucking better than this. Even Fastlane was an okay show. Fastlane was better than this one tonight. I'm sorry. So he got in Vince's face. They had a little anger chat, and they went to his office. And then they had an interview with Vince. His mic was a little low. If you heard it on the live broadcast, you probably heard us chanting, we can't hear you, because Vince's mic was so low, we couldn't hear it. Then a replay later was a lot louder than his mic live. And he's saying that, Roman can say all this stuff about me, saying I have no respect for him, but he needs to know his role and shut his mouth. That was funny. He said a wrong line. And he said that Lesnar will be there next week. He has his word on it. That Lesnar will be on Raw next week. Yeah, next week. That's a sad thing. They're gonna, they're advertising Lesnar for next week. If Lesnar shows up next week, if Angle shows up next week, I'm gonna be fucking pissed that Detroit didn't get that shit tonight. I'm gonna be furious. So, if Vince has said, with his little respect or lack of respect, Roman is temporarily suspended. At that moment, I was like, uh-oh, does this mean the Dark Main Event gets canceled again? Because if you saw my Raw review from 2 years ago when I went to the Wall when Shane McMahon returned. I talked about the dark match main event that was advertised on local television, and that main event never happened. And when I heard Woman got suspended, I was like, oh, they're going to have the dark match main event? You find out later, it never happened. Again. So after that, a little promo with Vince talking about Woman. We finally get our first puppet match of the night, which was Sonya Deville from Absolution taking on Sasha Banks, with Bayley grudgingly coming ringside. We've seen the tension with these two ever since the Illusion Chamber when Sasha turned heel. Like, who's turning heel on who? You know what I mean? Like, there's been suspicions about a Sasha heel turn heel, even suspicion about Bayley doing a swerve and doing a heel turn. So we'll see how it all plays out. But his match was good. Sonya is still green, but she looked pretty good in there. Had some good spots against Sasha in there, some good answering. Of course, her Absolution partners trying to get involved, especially Mandy trying to get involved in the match. People might say she like Mandy. I do. She's a more talented Eva Marie. She had a good match last week against Bayley. She looked good in there. But Sonya tonight against Sasha. Sasha did the double knees, all the good stuff. But after a distraction, backfire from Mandy Wells, got taken down by Bayley. Still trying to be somewhat friends with Sasha. After that distraction failed, Sasha would do the backstabber into the bank statement onto Sonya Deville and a tap out victory for Sasha Banks. And as Sasha was celebrating, Bayley just walked away and basically left Sasha high and dry to a 3-on-1 attack or 2-on-1 attack by Absolution. So, with Paige leading the way for the beatdown. So, there you go. There you go with that. So, that was okay, a little opener for the main show, but we didn't get another match for another hour. We got segments for an hour and a tag team match that would cause a reason for a main event. So, there you go. This has been walking right now. So, after that first match, we would have Miz TV. They were setting up the Miz TV, and we had a lot of commercials. We were watching the TV more than the ring. But Miz was talking about the fact that he was forced into a triple threat match in Mania against both Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. His two guests tonight on Wall on Miz TV. By the way, I had signs, but I already threw them out already. So yeah, usually I show you my signs, but I threw them out because I was like mad as heck. I don't look at them anymore, especially ones I didn't use that much. Like, anyway, I had a son that says "Woman sucks." Believe that. But as Miz came out, talking about his two opponents, they both came out. You know what I mean, and started blabbing. And Miz was like trying to coerce both guys to make a singles match. Like saying like, Seth, you could have had a one-on-one match with me at Mania. But instead, you got to resort yourself to a triple threat match. Or it was in a triple threat match at Mania all right, when he cashed in Money in the Bank and made it a triple threat. Even trying to say thing to Balor. He's been making fun of Balor for weeks. I forgot to mention a scheming promo against Balor last week saying that you're making a hand sign that's not even yours. Too sweet. We're doing a lot of too sweet. We would do like a too sweet chant during this segment. I don't know if you heard it a little bit, but we were like a too sweet. And that good applause. Miz got some good cheers and boos, but good reception for Balor and Rollins. So then, Miz started making fun of Balor again, saying that you haven't done much in this company. The only thing you did was win a Universal Championship. But you got hurt and didn't get a rematch. And now you need another title in your well, should be me. And you, Balor, do the same thing you did to Seth with Balor. Balor's like, you're using the same strategy on me, trying to make me make a singles match against you like you did with Seth just a few moments ago. So, Miz is like, they're both acting like he's the bad guy. And he's trying to stir the pot. He's trying to stir the pot between these guys. And then Balor and Rollins started mouthing about the last time they faced off for a championship, which was, of course, the Universal title match at SummerSlam 2016, which Balor won. And they got into each other's face, and they're about to brawl. It looks like they're going to face off. But then they turned their attention to Miz and beat up Miz. toss him out of the ring, but then Rollins would cheap shot Balor with a big stiff right hand, lay him out to end the segment, which would lead us to a match with these two later on in the evening. But now on to our next scenario. Miz did come out to Miz TV without his Miz to watch, because Miz won a match after that, which was a tag team match against the Ball. Now last week the Ball took on the Revival, and then a stipulation that if the Revival were to win this match, they were going to tag team title match, because Revival, like all the other Raw tag teams, are being snubbed by the Ball, who says they have no competition left to face at WrestleMania. There's no more teams left to face against. So they basically banned the Raw tag team division before Strowman did. Anyway, so Ball came out to face the Miz to watch. The match didn't really properly start because there was a brawl between all four guys. And all of a sudden, all the Raw tag teams started coming out. You had the Revival come out, the Club come out. No reaction for the Revival. Shame. What could have been? They would have been booked better. But they're getting fucked like the Ascension did. What could have been a heel team for the masses and for the ages, and fucked them over like they did Ascension. Anywho, you saw Tiger for Why come out. Rhino and Slater. You know what's bad when Rhino's over more than Revival. Because, of course, we're in Detroit, the home of Rhino. You know, he got cheered a lot the entire evening he was out there, especially for the segment. So he's had a big ball with these teams, and the match never happened. And we didn't, like I said, at this point, like I said, we didn't get a proper second match yet. After the women's match, we didn't, like I said, we didn't get another match till 9:30. So, but we got the setup for the Battle Royal, which will be the main event tonight. So, you see what happens in that scenario. This tag team Battle Royal, the winning team would face the Bar at Mania. I'll tell you about how that went a little later on. So, as we got that settled, we'd have John Cena come out to, of course, a usual reception of mixed boos and cheers. And we're all singing, John Cena sucks. The only time I get to sing tonight, or chant anything significant, besides you suck the angle. So, Cena was talking about the fact he lost the six-pack challenge at Fastlane. His Road to Mania has now hit a big bump, a crossroads in the Road to Mania, saying that, well, I'm going to be a Mania, all right, but now I have no clear path to a match at Mania, and I'm going to be a fan. For the first time in almost 13 years, I'm not going to have a match at Mania. I'm going to be a fan for once. And he went to the crowd and had a beer with a fan. The only little fun thing the entire evening. You know, that was a cool little thing. But it's not. We didn't want little things. We wanted big things to happen tonight. And we thought the biggest thing come out of this wall was The Undertaker. Yes, we wanted to retire. Yes, we want to stay retired. And that segment he did at Mania was amazing. But Cena teased it last week. He teased it again. We were chanting Taker because there was so much rumors about this Taker thing. There was even rumors about Cena being under the Giant Battle Royal. We didn't even have it under the Giant Battle Royal, especially with women's match announced. I'll get to that soon. So, Cena said, I'm not allowed to say this, but I'll say anyway, I'm challenging The Undertaker. And he had a big power like he did the first time he teased it. And he said, it's impossible. But guess what? It's not WWE. It's not the executives. It's Undertaker himself making it impossible. And he said, Taker, every time I lose and fail at something, I pick myself back up and keep going and live to my mantra, never give up. But when you lose and fail, you just go away, put your head in the sand, and just sulk. And Taker, you don't seem like a broken down man. You don't seem like a washed up has-been. Especially seeing you posting workout tapes on your wife's Instagram. Ooh, boy. That was a big burn. Like, he got to Taker's ego. It's all about your ego, Taker, holding you back. You think you don't have it anymore. But he posted his stuff on, of course, his wife is Michelle McCool now, for those who don't know. He divorced Sarah. Can you only imagine? He had that Sarah tattoo on his neck, man. I bet it was a bitch to get that removed. So, anyway, it was also a cool little moment that Cena went to the crowd, like I mentioned before. He was even trying to get a let's go woman chance. Trying to kiss ass, huh, Cena? Anyway, so he's trying to challenge Taker, and he thought we were going to hear that gong, but sadly, It did not happen. We did not get a Tinker appearance tonight. Man, they're saving all the good shit for next week, man. Really. Whoever is Raw next, where is Raw next week? Where the hell is Raw next week? That they deserve more than we did tonight. If it's like Corpus Christi, Texas getting Raw next week, man, they don't deserve anything. We deserved a Tinker appearance. We deserved a possible match between Asuka and Bliss. I'll get to that in a moment. You know, we deserved all the good moments. We deserved Lesnar to appear. It's a new arena. It was Raw's debut, and we got Dick tonight. We got Dick. I said, where is Raw next? Dallas. Okay. Dallas, who had one of the worst manias of all time, they kind of deserve a big show because they got let down like we did tonight. But man, we deserved a lot more. So like I said, no Tinker. See the tease it again. We're probably going to take a response eventually. But not tonight, sadly. So then, on to the letdown of the evening for me. Elias. I saw him in NXT 2 years ago as a drifter, and it didn't work. It ever since we came to the main roster, I've been applauding him on this channel. The way he's been booked the main roster, they fucked a lot of people from NXT. They messed up on booking on the Ascension. I mentioned how they messed up the booking for Revival. They never recover from their bad booking decisions from the creative forces of Raw. But what they're doing in Elias has been great. You know what I mean? And I've been so looking forward to seeing Elias again. I had a big sign that says Detroit walks with Elias. There was a lot of Elias people wearing Elias t-shirts. My friend had the new one. I had the old one. So a lot of Elias shirts, a lot of Strowman shirts. Of course, we had a little replay of Strowman Symphony of Destruction match last week, beating the crap out of Elias. Now, I know Elias was selling his injuries tonight, but man, what we got tonight from Elias, that's when I was pissed off. He was one of the top guys I was looking forward to seeing. So he came out wearing a neck brace, and he did his like, hello, I'm Elias. And he teased, I have one question to ask everybody here tonight. But before we got to say that, and I've been saving my voice because I went to another wrestling show, and I want to make sure I had a voice for Raw tonight. So I can yell stuff like Cena sucks and who wants to walk with Elias? But sadly, that did not happen. Strumming his guitar, he said, this is all your fault, and walked off. Pointless Elias segment. That was like the first big disappointment of the evening for me. Because I wore my Elias shirt. I made a sign for him. Now I was ready to chant WWE, and man, I knew he was selling his injuries from Strowman. I had a fear. After seeing him last week, I was like, they're not going to make him go off Raw to sell his injuries to Strowman. I was fearing that he's not going to be on Raw at all to sell his injuries. But I'm happy he was there. But, man, I was pissed off. We now get to not only see him wrestle, we didn't see him wrestle at all, and not get to chant, who wants to walk with Elias or walk with WWE. That's what pissed me off more. I was ready to chant that. And that's what set me off. It's the first of the many letdowns of the evening. Was we didn't get to chant Elias stuff. So, that was sad. And now, the only good thing about this wall, but it's not saying much. Finn Balor gets Finn Balor. By this point, it was like 9:30. As I mentioned, we have not had a single match in an hour. We had the tag match that didn't go anywhere. That was set up the main event. So at this point, we were like, we need something to cheer for. We need some motherfucking wrestling now. So we got it with Balor and Finn. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. Stemming from the Miz TV. It wasn't as good as their match at SummerSlam. But for being the only good thing on Raw, it'll do. Some good action, some good back and forth. Both guys were doing the big moves. And it was kind of a split round. But we wouldn't change that much because there was not much to chant about of this one tonight. And usually Detroit crowds are awesome. But tonight, Detroit crowd sucked because the show sucked. And that's the only good thing about Raw tonight. There was some back and forth. Like we were chanting let's go Balor, let's go Rollins, but not a lot of that. We were doing like the Too Sweet thing. There's a lot of people wearing Bullet Club stuff again, like at Hell in a Cell. The last thing I went to in Detroit, which was at the LCA in October. A SmackDown show was better than this. Sad. SmackDown's been sucking lately. SmackDown pay-per-view, not just last night on Sunday, but also the one I went to live in October was better than this night. So anyway, so good action. Both guys were teasing the big moves. Balor was teasing the sling blade. Wallace was teasing the curb stomp. Both guys were just looking. Balor's even trying to do his Bloody Sunday DDT. Like he was like, good counters here. No good sequence of counters. It got the only "This is awesome" chant. Like I said, there's not much to chant about. Anywho, the end came. Balor was trying to go for the coup de grace a couple times. We got countered every time by Wallace, who did a nasty, beautiful vertical suplex, a superplex off the. That's the ending here. He did a superplex off the top rope. He was ready to turn it into the Falcon Arrow. Balor would counter the Falcon Arrow with a roll-up in the 1-2-3 victory. Balor beat Rollins again by a roll-up. That was a good ending. My dad didn't like the ending, but it was still pretty good. And I thought Wall was going to be safe. At this point, I was like let down by no major Elias thing. Like I said, at this point in the show, I was like, man, we didn't get anything major from Elias. No Taker, no Lesnar, and maybe no Rousey. So I thought this Balor and Rollins match was going to be the start of Wall being good again. The first hour and a half sucked, and I thought with this match being as good as it could have been for a Wall match, I thought this was going to jumpstart Wall to be good for the last half of the show. I had a false sense of hope that this match was going to make Wall be better for the next hour and a half, in which you will see. It only got worse from here. So then after that, by the way, they announced the next inductee to the WWE Hall of Fame, Celebrity Ring, after lots of rumors. It is the celebrity inductee. It is indeed Kid Rock. They purposely saved the announcement of Kid Rock going into the WWE Hall of Fame for his hometown tonight in Detroit. I had a feeling. I heard rumors, and I was like, they're going to save Kid Rock's announcement. If Kid Rock's actually going in, he's going to be set up and be announced in his hometown, Detroit. And that's what they did. I know a lot of people don't like his music and don't like his politics. But I'm a Michigander. I'm actually from Romeo, the hometown of his. See him in country twice. Went to the same high school he went to. Make fun of me all you want, but I like Kid Rock's music. Might be like the worst thing next to Nickelback and many music snobs mind, but it's good party music for that audience. So make fun of me all you want for being a Kid Rock fan. And a lot of people, and I respect your opinion about not liking Kid Rock or his music. I understand totally. He has qualified reasons why many people get turned off by him. Totally understandable. Make fun of people saying, "Oh, you only like him because he's from where you're from." But yeah, I like his stuff. So I'll leave it at that. So we had a lot now that's on to the numerous women's stuff. Before we get to Asuka came out. They announced tonight they were doing a women's battle royal. There was a little bit of rumors about that, about getting rid of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, despite the fact that doing this Andre the Giant documentary, which the trailer aired during Raw, by the way, to us. I don't know if it aired on TV, but they aired the Andre the Giant documentary trailer. Looking forward to seeing that. And there was rumors about doing a women's battle royal and have it named after Fabulous Moolah, despite the fact that Moolah was a cunt. It did not name the women's tournament after her, naming the women's tournament after Mae Young. Decided to name this battle royal after Fabulous Moolah. And she did a lot for the business, but when it comes to what happened backstage, the politics, the abuse of women, she doesn't deserve to get anything named after her. And that's why a lot of people were happy when they had a women's tournament. They didn't name it after Moolah. She named it Mae Young. But now you do name something after Moolah, double standard. Like, oh, we're not going to name a women's tournament after Moolah because of her history. Wait a minute, we're naming a battle royal after her instead. It's like, come on, man. But no matter what the name is, I hope to see some good NXT people. Maybe if I can see Billy Kay and Peyton Royce. We haven't seen their asses on NXT in a long time. Hopefully they make their debut at the battle royal. And maybe we'll see like Kairi Sane, a few of the NXT women. The women's evolution's been doing good lately. The matches have been great. Especially the champion match was awesome. Better than the guys, in my opinion. And the Rumble match, women's Rumble was pretty good. It's been entertaining. But women's segment tonight was like, ugh. So we begin with Asuka. After, and I think they announced the Battle Royal before Asuka came out. So Asuka, of course, talked about the fact that she went on Fastlane on Sunday and seemingly challenged Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship. There was rumors about her facing Charlotte instead of Bliss, especially since we saw that match on free live TV on Raw 2 months ago. So now it'll be Asuka Charlotte. And as Asuka's ready to speak, Bliss came out, made fun of Asuka's English, by the way, accompanied by Mickey James. Another scathing little promo from Blissy. We didn't see Bliss wrestle! Come on, man, we didn't even see Bliss wrestle! Dang it! She only did a promo! Dang it! A lot of new people didn't see that. We didn't see Roman wrestle, didn't see Cena wrestle, didn't see Elias wrestle. We didn't see Bliss wrestle! I've seen her wrestle before, but dang it, at NXT. Anyway, she said, Asuka knew that she couldn't beat me, so she had to go challenge the champion of the B show. Of course, she had the right to choose any champion because she won the first Women's Battle Royal, a Royal Rumble, back in January. Fumbling my words, probably cold fumbled a lot like I did. I didn't hear commentary because I was there live. Anyway, so Bliss is running down Charlotte about her being the B champ. Now I love it. Asuka was trying to speak English, saying that to be the woman, you have to beat the woman. Because paraphrasing Flair's famous quote, because Charlotte's dad, Wick. So she wanted to face Bliss tonight. And Bliss even wanted to send out Nia Jax. She queued for Nia twice, but Nia never came out. We'd see Nia a little later, though. But then we'd get to Asuka being laid out by Bliss and Mickey. And segue into Mickey James against Asuka. These two faced off at NXT TakeOver Dallas. Not Dallas. NXT TakeOver Toronto. It's fumbling because I'm just emotional tonight about this. And I've been this mad over an event live. I've never been let down like this on a major proportion like this from WWE live. It's just fumbling tonight. So I apologize for everything. You know what I mean? Apologize for my language. Apologize for my dad. But my dad never appears in my videos. But he's as mad as I am, so I apologize for that. So, the match was okay, not as good as the match in Toronto, but it was still pretty good, making up some good shots in. Even trying to do a big DDT at one point. Good little moves, but the crowd was not buying it. We were chanting Rusev Day. We were chanting the chant, I never want to hear at a wrestling event again. CM Punk. I chanted it down by saying, get over it, UFC. I kept chanting UFC every time I heard Punk's name because today Punk revealed that, yes, he will be fighting in Chicago for UFC in June. So that's why I was chanting UFC. UFC, because that's where he is. UFC. Despite the fact he lost his first fight, he's going to be going back to lose again, probably. Anyway, good little moves for these two. Despite the fans not giving a shit, especially at this point in the show. We didn't give a shit because there was nothing to give a shit about. So, Asuka got some big moves in on Mickey after being an onslaught. Some big striking before reversing a Mickey big kick into the Asuka lock from Asuka and got the victory with a tap out. Alexa weighed out as Asuka was celebrating. So there you go. Meanwhile, Alexa Bliss came out to the locker room and confronted Nia Jax. She had a little scathing promo on her last week about her losing to Asuka again. But Alexa announced she'll be facing Asuka next week and wants Nia in a corner. And she was mad, though, about Nia not coming out tonight on her cue. But Nia was like, I have a match tonight. You know what I mean? So there you go. And I was like, who's she going to wrestle? Is she going to wrestle Bayley again? But no, here's a jobber. It was that bad. We had a fucking jobber match tonight. And we didn't see anything real wrestling for a while. And we we love Asuka and Mickey, but dang it. Having that and then a fucking women's squash match after it. Because at this point, I was like, man. That was embarrassing. My dad was mad at it a little bit. He almost got thrown out tonight. He was screaming a lot. He was as mad as I was. Not as bad. I was mad, but not as bad as my dad. My dad almost got thrown out. Because we were all that down tonight with WWE. You know what I mean? Wasn't the venue's fault. Wasn't anyone's fault. But WWE's. The creatives for putting in such a shitty show for one of the best cities they go to. So Nia squash, not much to talk about. Nia destroyed her. So I got a drink. It was a pure bathroom break. Anyway, but what was significant was what happened after the match. They were going to set up a Alexa Bliss interview, but she didn't know. The cameras were on, so was a boom mic. You saw it visibly. She was making fun of Nia Jax, saying like, oh, she's so big. You're trying to, like, everyone's been doing body shape. Even Grim got mad, got Nia mad for fat shaming her on a review video. He had to edit. He had to edit the part out of him making fun of Nia's weight. Yet Alexa did it tonight, making fun of Nia's weight tonight. Double standards once again. And you know, this whole thing was going on. There's a little change of Mickey. There's a little girl gossip, girl talk. But unfortunately, it was caught on camera. And Nia wanted to beat the shit out of Alexa. She screamed to the locker room, but Alexa screamed out when she realized Charlie Caruso, the interviewer, told her that she was, in fact, live to the audience, and Nia saw everything. So I'm probably going to see Nia turn on Alexa next week to set up that match at Mania. It's kind of real booking, but hey, since Asuka's now facing Charlotte now, we saw the build with Nia and Alexa kind of start last week. Now with official with the Asuka Charlotte match, which should be good if they do it right, better than tonight's show, they will get a good match out of them. Nia and Alexa, we'll see how that goes. But you're okay, a little story, but you have to do the fat shaming and you made Nia cry 2 nights in a row. So then the only really good thing about Raw besides the Balor Rollins match was a preview of the final deletion with Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, the redeeming match to redeem their shitty ass feud. And final motherfuckingly, we have finally seen the broken universe on WWE television. They came to final deletion last week, and we finally got to see on WWE television, not social media, we saw Matt Hardy introducing King Maxwell, Senior Benjamin, Van Dorn and Webby. And we popped. We were like, yay, finally, the broken universe. It's going to be in WWE, finally. Been bitching about it for so long. And now allowing Matt to be crazy. That's why his match since Bray's been sucky. But now finally with his final deletion and having the broken universe there, they're going to finally redeem this. And it's next week. Which is the only thing I'm actually happy it's next week. If this match was actually tonight, and we have to watch 10 more minutes of a match on a screen, it would have been a lot worse. Because we were watching TV all night. We were watching the screen more than the ring. You know what I mean? But if we had to watch another 10 minutes of wrestling on a screen, it would have been overkill. But I'm glad it's next week. And they're sending referee down there. So it would have been cool to see it this week, but with the majority of the segments being pre-taped and backstage segments on a screen, I'm happy to air the final deletion tonight. We would have been more pissed off because we didn't see a lot of action in the ring. We need a little less talk and a lot more action. In the ring, not on screen. So, there you go. But finally, the broken universe unveiled on WWE programming. So now, by this point, I was like, man, there's nothing big. We didn't get Rousey. We didn't get Lesnar. No Tinker. So we have this tag team battle royal to be the battle royal tonight. I'm like, man, something big better happen here to make up for the shitty show we've had thus far. Like a debut. Like the Authors of Pain or something. But I've heard rumors about the tag team that could challenge the Bar, who on commentary, to be a makeshift team. Not a team teaming up together. Like a forced tag team. So we saw all the regular teams come out. Revival with nothing. They had the entrances during the break. Revival got nothing. Feel bad, like I said earlier. How the money have fallen. Bad booking. Taz with Y came out next. Got a decent little pop. Wyatt all got the biggest pop of the night. He's from Detroit. And you had the club. Got a good pop. Gallows and Anderson. And the Mistwatch. Dallas and Axel. So, then, right before the match, I was like, cue music for Authors of Pain. But instead, by a shocking surprise, we had Braun Strowman's music for some reason. So I had a sign that said, get these hands. He was over as hell. It's fucking Strowman, no matter what he does. Even if it's pointless as putting him in a fucking tag team battle war with no tag team partner, we still chanted, get these hands a lot. And everyone started teaming up on Strowman, beating him on the outside. They went through the middle rope, not over the top. They took him out, the match a little bit with the steel steps. Like everyone was taking him out. So then it was a typical battle royal for the most part after the Strowman beatdown. But this is your way to end Water Night? It's a fucking battle royal? Seriously, Detroit deserve better than this, man. I'm sounding like a broken record tonight, but I'm just freaking mad at them. You know what I mean? They could have done a lot better for Detroit. But man, you had the fucking tag team. Like when tag teams were over as hell, like when you had the Dudleys, the Hardys, Edge and Christian, we didn't mind seeing a tag team main event because they stole the show every time. But when they're putting little effort in pushing tag teams, especially those who should be over as fucking heroes like Ascension and Revival, nobody cares. And it was bad. Like I said, when Rhino was cheered, and when Rhino got eliminated, people booed it. Because he's over. Because he's from Detroit. So, anyway, after a little exchange with all the teams, like that's why I got some good moves in. Then Strowman came out from the wreckage, from the steel steps attack, and started laying the hands all over everybody. He started eliminating everybody. Came down to him and Anderson, Carl Anderson. And it was kind of weird because I think the rules were if one person got eliminated, your tag team was out. Yeah, having both members of a tag team were to be eliminated before a tag team was properly eliminated. So, maybe I didn't hear that. So, anywho, Carl Anderson got eliminated, and Braun Strowman wins. The good news and the bad news. The good news is, not only do we have a match set for Strowman, at least he's not in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, if they even have it, with this Women's Battle Royal now being made. But the bad news is, out of all the things you could give Strowman, almost all the guys in the company right now, you can't put him in the fucking... I made a prediction that they were going to insert him into the Roman Reigns Lesnar match. And Strowman deserves the title more than fucking Reigns. I'm sorry. Especially more than Lesnar. Especially with his walkouts, scripted or not. We need a full-time champion again. Doesn't need to be Roman, but we need another full-time champion. So, but the best thing you can do for Strowman is to put him in a tag team match. And I'm hearing lots of rumors about who's going to be his partner. Like Kane. I'm hearing rumors about debuting Bobby Lashley. But I saw some foreshadowing. They had an advertisement for cheap shirts. They meshed Braun's t-shirt together with Elias. Could be Braun and Elias. I heard rumors about that. So we'll see. Maybe Elias earned Braun's respect for beating him up last week. So maybe that's why we didn't see Elias muscle. The setting of this main thing with him and Strowman. But man, the tag team division probably feel like shit. Because they lost an opportunity to wrestle the ball at Mania to Braun Strowman. Doesn't even have a tag team partner. But you're shitting on your tag teams. Especially those like the Revival, who should be over as gold as heels. But bad timing and bad booking hurt them. Bad injuries and everything. And WWE doesn't want to care about them anymore. Because of the injuries. They're injury prone. They don't give a fuck about them anymore. They got banned by DX on Wall 25. I thought they would recover from that, but not exactly. They're getting an Ascension treatment now, sadly. So, and the best thing you can do for the tag team title match is to make a makeshift tag team with freaking Strowman, who should be in a fucking singles match for a singles title, not a tag title. So, consolation prize. Here, Strowman, you're not in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, but you're getting a tag team title match. You don't have a partner. Anywho, and that's how War ended on screen. Strowman winning, Paul and commentary stunned as hell, and no reveal was partner. Probably saving it for next week. Everything's next week should have been our night. Anyway, so at this point, we're off air. And we were supposed to get our advertised dog match tag. It was supposed to be Strowman, Roman, Cena, and Rollins against The Miz, The Bar, and for some reason, Kane. So after Roman got suspended, I was like, man, they're going to cancel the dog match main event anyway. Why ain't they going to do it again? Unfortunately, they did. The dog segment for when we went up the air, Strowman just beat the shit out of Revival. He laid out Scott Dawson with a running power slam in the ring, and then dragged Dash Router out to the announce table and put him through a table with the power slam. So that's how we ended the show for us, to go home happy with Strowman laying out the revival. If that's not a burial, what is? I'm happy it wasn't on screen. Maybe an exclusive later on WWE.com. But still. And at that point, JoJo said goodnight. That was it. For the second Raw in a War I've been to, we didn't get a dark match main event. Because I went to Raw 2 years ago, and we didn't get a dark match main event then. It was supposed to be Roman and Jericho, and I think AJ, against Kevin Owens and a few others. And that match never happened. And it got cut. Oh, Ambrose. I think it was like Reigns, Ambrose, and Jericho. Supposed to take on, I think, Miz and Kevin Owens and somebody else. It's a 6-man tag. That tag match for us, the dark match, that's always advertised on local televisions to the markets that are having Raw, never happened 2 years ago. Because Roman was taken up by Triple H and Ambrose was taken up by Lesnar early in the evening. So when I heard Reigns was suspended, I was like, oh no. Please don't let this tell the dark match get canceled again. And once again, it did got canceled. And so that means no one got to see Miz wrestle. No one got to see Strowman wrestle a proper match. And of course, like I said earlier, sadly for the kids, Cena nor Reigns wrestled. As I said earlier as well, I am not the biggest fan of the characters. I've said it a lot on this channel. But you make fun of them for being all kid-friendly, but guess what? Kids watch the show. And kids love them. Even though they both think steroids, but still, especially with this whole steroid thing that may expose women. But even with that, they're still doing Roman Lesnar and Mania, people. So, these kids want to see their favorites live. They come, bring their parents out for a night out of big wrestling fun, and see their favorite guys, whether it's Cena and or Roman, dress up like them, bring a sign, wear the Cena headbands, bring the Cena shirts or Roman shirts. They expect to see their favorite guy live. Not just live, but wrestle live. But they didn't get to see him wrestle live. You spend all that money traveling to the show, tickets, food too. I didn't spend much food, thank God. I spent like maybe 10, maybe 15. But you drag your kids out to see their favorite wrestler, and they only come out for a promo. Cena came out for a 15-minute promo, so then Reigns, they never wrestled. Not either on screen or to us. Feel bad for those kids. You know what I mean? They were advertised to be there. They were advertised to wrestle, and they never wrestled. There was like a letdown. Nobody got what they wanted. The kids didn't get to see their favorites wrestle live. I didn't get to see a proper Elias segment. Or a proper Braun segment. Braun segment was okay, but was it necessary to put him in a tag team title match if he had nothing good for him? But man, it was a tough night for me. I should be applying the positives, but there was only little positives. Like the announced Women's Battle Royal. We got the Broken Universe finally in WWE programming. We had a decent match with Balor and Rollins, but that was the only good thing of the entire night. And that's sad. Out of the 3-hour show, it's 4 hours for us, for those who were there live. We only got one good match. Shame. Shame WWE for this. Shame. Like my dad said earlier, so I hope to be in a better mood next week for my Raw review. I'll still watch the show. It's not like I'm going to cancel my subscription or anything. It's not that drastic like some people. Because I'm not mad about match results. You know what I mean? I'm not mad about like I was mad about KO losing to Goldberg. You know what I mean? It was just the fact the show was shit tonight. And watching a shitty Raw on television is not as bad as seeing a shitty Raw in person. That's bad. Like, when you watch it on TV, you laugh at those people. You laugh at those people. Like, man, I'm happy I'm not there and I ain't spending my money on this shit. But when you're after one of those people that spend the money, you don't say that. Like I did tonight. I don't know if I'll ever go to another TV taping again. Maybe pay-per-views. But for now, I'm sticking to BCW, Border City Wrestling. I'm sticking to my other indie company, XICW. I'm sticking to Ring of Honor, New Japan. I'm going to see them in May. And I know when they come to Royal Oak in May for the World of Wars tour, they are gonna beat the fuck out of this show tonight. It will be mother effing two mother sweet. One sweet. And Omega better be there. So, there you go. Thank you. If you made it this far without stopping, either at me or my dad, you made it to this end of the video. I want to thank you for watching and tolerating this. I apologize for everything. Apologize for me. I apologize for my dad coming in. We're just mad. We spent a lot of money on the company. I've given my blood, my sweat, my money to this company. And I've never been this let down at a live event. And I got let down tonight. And it's questioning my loyalty to them going live. My dad said he would never take me to I don't know if he said it in the stuff. He said he would never take me to another event again for WWE. It was that bad tonight. It was that bad. To make me go off, and make my dad go off. Doesn't take much for my dad to go off. To go off like this over wrestling. A product that he and I bonded over when we were kids. He raised me on wrestling. You know what I mean? He watched wrestling when he was a kid. And then he didn't go to wrestling shows till I was around. He took me to my first wrestling show when I was 4 years old. And he's been taking me to wrestling shows for over 30 years. And we never walked out of a show as depressed, as angry, as disappointed as we were tonight. So, I apologize and thank you for tolerating this. And SmackDown better kick ass tomorrow. And Raw better kick ass next week. But if Raw does kick ass next week, I mean, and I will warn you now. And Raw with Asuka and Bliss next week, and the Ultimate Deletion, and maybe Lesnar showing up, and Rousey shows up, if everything that should have happened tonight happens next week, I'll be out here saying, why didn't Detroit get all that last week, you mother effers? So, with that in mind, you've been attacked by the review from Zach with a cameo from my dad, Tom. He never shows up. He may never appear on the show again. But who knows? So, thank you. See you next time. If there is a next time. There will be. Thank you again. Love you. See ya.